Thanks to the support as a channel member, RP. Yes, to clarify once again, I really understand the importance of a cup run for the club finances. Yes, I know we've got no money. I'll do the bit. You realise even Pratt are from a division above us, so there's no guarantees we even make it past the first round. Yeah, okay, I'll try and beat them, and then I'll try and play Barcelona in the next round. Yeah. Okay. Toodle pip. Hello and welcome to part 19 of Holiday Home. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we come face to face with Pratt in the cup. We're playing in the cup for the first time. Can you believe it? And then we've got a league game. Quite a long gap for a league game. So it looks like we have a Christmas break and then a league game right at the start of the January transfer window against one of these teams who are kind of like us. They're not a B team, but they're good-ish. If there were no B teams in this league, we'd probably be in a title battle with Cornella. As it is, we're in a mid-table battle with them, and one of us might sneak into the playoffs. It's unlikely to be us because our run of form hasn't really improved since the last episode. We've only played 4 matches since the last episode. It all started off so well. Comfortable 2-0 win, and then a narrow loss against Girona B, who were pre-season favourites to win the league, and even now find themselves up in 3rd place. So they're a good team for us to only lose 1-0 away against. And then this disgusting thing happened. Straight red card after 12 minutes. Concede a goal from a penalty. Concede another goal from a penalty. And then just round things off with another straight red card. It was not a fun time. But then we did manage to win our next game, even though we looked like we had absolutely nothing going forward. Luckily, we were playing against a team who are even worse than we are. And Tabarez managed to grab the goal from the penalty spot. He did win the penalty himself, to be fair. He was playing up front because Talavera was suspended after his 2nd red card of the season. And Ignacio Pearce is finished. And we need to be looking to move him on in January. But that's the league situation. But for the first time in the entire save, we get a little bit of a departure from the league now and get to play in the cup, the Spanish Cup, the Copa del Rey, the only cup they've got, as far as I'm aware, which if we have a little run in it, which is probably quite unlikely because Pratt are from the league above us, so they're probably going to beat us. But the La Liga teams are in this. This is a tournament where we could play against Real Madrid or Barcelona. Or Levante's first team, and they've probably got loads more cheating strikers. But this is the team we are putting out there for our first ever cup game. We're going with Fajardo in goal, a back for Vega, Pena, Christian David, and Ivan, very much little and large at the back. 6'6", 5'9". It's perfect. Alex Boxall at the base of the midfield, Isra and Cucurella ahead of him, Rabiu on the left, Fakal on the right, Talavera back from suspension up front. I would love Rabiu to be in midfield, but Martinez Perez is still injured after that injury he picked up in the last episode. Fakal has been in and out of the team. He is similar to Pearce. These boys are 28, 29 now. And I know they're home originals, but I think we're phasing them out. Thebas has been playing more than Fakal, and there's a possibility that we even move Rabiu back into midfield a little bit sooner to get Thebas in on the left because he is proving to be quite good. But for now, we're doing it this way around. Fakal deserves the opportunity to play in the cup. Pearce probably does as well, but he's just been rubbish every time we've used him. Rubbish, injured, unfit constantly. I still hope that maybe this little mid-season break, this 2 or 3 weeks, if Pearce stays fit during it and then gets to play a friendly and gets to do a little bit of a mini pre-season, mid-season, he might be able to turn it on again in the second half of the season. Because I think, like I've speculated a lot with Pearce, it all came down to him not really getting a pre-season. He's really struggled. Fajardo makes a decent save in so much as it's a decent stop, but you've got to do better than just pushing it into the path of an oncoming player. He knows not to do that, surely. I don't see why he couldn't have just held on to it. We're 90 seconds into the match. We might not be lasting long in our first ever exposure to a cup competition. Yeah, I'm trying to pause it and show it when he... No. I don't like this little in-game navigation thing. Right, no, I'm pressing the wrong one. There we go. So now we should... I just want to see... I want to pick on Fajardo. Maybe we're going to get a new goalkeeper. Come on, show us what's gone on. This is the same move, right? I think it is. I think this is... Yeah, it's the replay of the goal. I don't know why we've gone back quite as far as we have. This feels like longer than 10 seconds. Maybe it's 10 passes we've gone back. Can we just see the goal? I didn't need to see it this badly. Right, here we go. This is what I'm trying to see. Okay, maybe that's actually quite a good stop. And maybe we let him off. We give him the benefit of the doubt on this occasion. But it doesn't change the fact we're 1-0 down after 90 seconds. And that's not a nice place to be. We're going to offer some encouragement. And hope that we can... not embarrass ourselves, because the form we're in, the last thing we need is a big defeat. And that's the big disadvantage of playing in a cup. We're playing against teams at a higher level than us. This is the best team we've ever played against in the save so far. And they've obviously got that early advantage, which leaves us with an awful lot to do. But here is Vega on the left-hand side, playing it into the path of Cucurella, who if he can find... I was hoping he was going to square it to Talavera, but Rabiu plays it across. There's Fakal, and there's the equaliser. We said we were phasing him out. Phasing him out my eye. He's a big game player, and he's got a big game equaliser. Holme 1, Pratt 1. Lovely. Rabiu and Fakal combining again, like they did last year when they were playing well together, albeit briefly. Just slot Pierce back in there. It's going to be like the old days. Fakal now with a free kick. Can we go ahead? Christian David's he's 5'9", and he's just won a header at the far post to put us ahead in the match. I don't understand what I've just seen. He shouldn't be able to do that. I mean, he does have a very good heading attribute. So when he actually gets there, he's got 14 for heading, which at this level is a great heading ability. But I mean, he's 5'9", and he's got a jumping reach of 8. He shouldn't be getting there. He did that time, though. 2-1 up. The game has been turned on its head. What a beautiful thing. Now we're dreaming of Barcelona away in the next round. We might be getting a smidgen ahead of ourselves, but I enjoy getting ahead of myself. It's one of my favourite things. Right, Fajardo lumps it forward, looking for... I mean, I think he was looking for Talavera, but Cucurella bursting out of midfield. And now Rabiu plays it over the top to him. Square it. Talavera. It's 3-1. Oh, we're ready for this league. Bring us up to the first tier now. It's these B teams that are the problem. It turns out the teams actually in the league above, we can stuff them. This is the best goal return we've had in weeks, if not months. We've scored 3 goals inside the first 20 minutes of a football match. Save some for the league, boys. We need a little bit of this in the league. Wowzers. Vega now heading it forward to Talavera, who flicks it on. I mean, there's no one going to be ahead of you, young man. You're the lone striker. Don't be flicking the ball on to nobody. That's just a waste of possession. And now they get in behind. And luckily, it's a wild attempt at a finish from the Pratt striker. They're actually ahead on XG as well, so we are absolutely mugging them. We haven't done a good mugging for a long time. I am still very much reeling from that 2 red card, 2 penalty match that we've only just experienced. So I am very much up for us mugging Pratt to make me feel better, because I feel like the game owes me a little something after what it's just put me through. Lovely work from Alex Boxall again at the base of midfield. We've toyed with playing in box-to-box midfielder quite a lot in the in-betweeny games, but back in this is definitely his best role, patrolling in front of the back four. I think we probably just need to abandon the dream of box-to-boxall, the wonderful pun, and just accept he's a very, very good holding midfield player. But Talavera, what a frustration that man is. 2 red cards already this season, and it's not even Christmas. But he is scoring goals, and he's playing very well against a team from the division above, as is Christian David. There's a few of these boys absolutely playing out of their skin today. I did not expect to be 4-1 up going into half-time. We've only had 4 shots on target, and we've scored all of them. We've never been this clinical in front of goal all season long. Cucurella, another one, who's having a really, really good game. And now Talavera brings it down nicely. He's looking for his hat-trick. If he'd have scored that, he gets a knighthood. Never mind the red cards, it just makes him more of a character. he'll either get a hat-trick or a red card. That's the kind of player you want in your team. 4-1 up at half-time. We're going to win the cup. There's absolutely no stopping us. I don't know when the next round would be. There's a potential that if the next round is soon-ish, that we might do the next round as the second match in today's video. If it's really soon, we will see when it is. If it's a little bit further off, we might just do it as part of tomorrow's video. We'll figure it out. We'll come up with a plan. We're going to bring Ivan on. Normally we'd bring Phoebus on in this situation, but at 4-1 up, bring the kid on. Give him a little bit of a run out. Why not? Joffrey can come on as well. Alex Boxall can get a rest. Or he could if we had Massey, our backup holding midfielder, on the bench, which we do not. So actually we're going to leave him on. And I think this is probably a time to give Ignacio Pearce 20 minutes. I know Talavera's on a hat-trick and it might be a little bit harsh to take him off. Consider this a delayed punishment for the stupid red card that he got. But I'm desperate to try and get Ignacio Pearce back. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, but I'm going to keep pushing it. We're going to bring... What? We're only allowed to make 3 substitutions in this Mickey Mouse tournament. If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have done a triple substitution with 20 minutes to go. Fingers crossed we don't pick up any injuries, eh? Goodness me. Spanish football, what are you doing to me? We have made it through to the second round of the Copa del Rey. I have no idea if there's money, prize money for doing that. If a cup run could make us a few quid as well, we are definitely short of some pennies. So we'd take some pennies if there's pennies on offer. There doesn't seem to be any mention of prize money, which is a little bit of a shame. But, I mean, I guess we get a little bit of a boost from the extra gate receipts. We're making money from fundraising. We make more money from fundraising, from match day income. So we're making more money passing a bucket around at half time than we do selling our filthy hot dogs. We're owned by one of Europe's premier restaurateurs and we can't do decent half-time grub. That's troublesome. Right. In fact, yeah, we're going to do the next Spanish Cup game. That will be the next match because there's only the league game in between. I say that we might still do the league game. It depends who we get. The league game's massively important because of the form we're in. That could be a very interesting game, though. So I guess what we really need is the draw, which is about to happen. So let's jump forward to the draw and see who we get in the next round. A record low attendance. So it seems like the fans aren't particularly interested in the Spanish Cup. So maybe that suggests we should do the league game as the next match in this episode. But let's have a look to see who we get. Are the really big teams in this yet? Still no Barcelona, no. So it looks like the European teams still don't enter. It's a weird set because a lot of La Liga are in it, but there's not been any sign of Barcelona or Real Madrid yet. But there's an awful lot of teams. So let's once again, like we did the first time round, just keep clicking until our name appears. I think we definitely get a home draw. It's a shame Levante have gone. I would have liked to have played their first team, but still available as possibilities. They can't do me with Pratt this time, so let's try this again. There's Athletic Bilbao. There's Cadiz. Get your tongue in. There's Espanyol. Getafe. It's like I'm on the telly. Mallorca. Who else from La Liga that would be interesting? That's about it. Any of them would do. Please don't give me somebody rubbish again. Well, we know what the second match in today's episode is going to be, boys and girls. Holme versus Athletic Bilbao. That's a big football match right there. Well, boys and girls, we've just had a little bit of an emotional moment in the Cornella game. Ignacio Pearce probably playing his last game for the club. We've accepted bids for him from a few clubs back in Argentina. He's really struggled this year with both injuries and form. He's collapsed down to being a 2.5-star fringe player. He's on a lot of money and he's out of contract at the end of the season. We've already set him for release. And I think it is time for him to move on. However, we did start him one last time and he got 2 goals. I thought he was going to get another one of his famous hat-tricks. Unfortunately, he didn't, but he is going to be moving on, and we're hoping to replace him with this guy who we've got in on trial, who, I mean, is definitely an upgrade. We're in for him. No one else seems to be in for him. He's got a history of scoring goals at this level. He's everything we've ever wanted. We just need both of those deals to go through. If we get Kevin Carlos, he is on a lot of money. £500 a week to bring him in. We can only afford to do that if Pearce does accept those offers to leave. We've given a lot of pay rises out over the course of January so far to young players that we want to keep around, the likes of Joffrey, Boxall, Isra, Kukurea, Rabiot. These guys have all had pay rises and contract extensions just so that we can get the young core of the team tied down for next season. But it does mean the end of the era. Ignacio Pearce, I mean, he might come off the bench in this game. Who knows? But this is the big cup game against Athletic Bilbao, and this is the 11 for that match. Fajardo in goal, a back four of Vega, Joffrey, Christian David and Iago Lopez. Boxall at the base of the midfield with Isra and Kukurea ahead of him. Rabiot on the left, Febas on the right, Talavera up front. Why is Fakal not playing, I hear you cry? Because both Fakal and Martinez Perez are injured. Martinez Perez actually recovered from the injury that had kept him out for ages, came off the bench in the 70th minute and pulled his hamstring and is out for another month. We are destined to never have Rabiot and Martinez Perez fit at the same time, so we can continue the transition of Rabiot to central midfield. He should have been natural there by now. He should have 15 games in central midfield under his belt. As it is, he's had to play out. He's either been injured when he was injured at the start of the season and Martinez Perez was playing, or they just swapped. When he got fit, the other one got injured, and now he's injured again. It's another month before we get to move Rabiot into midfield, assuming everything goes to plan. We don't even have the option of playing Febas out there now, because Fakal's out for 2 months as well, which rules out the possibility of selling him this summer. This January, sorry. So we're here for a fun time in this match. Athletic Bilbao obviously are going to absolutely batter us. They are a La Liga team. They are a big, famous football team full of big, famous boys. It's going to be an absolute mess. But we have 7,000 people inside Estadio Municipal Mick Powell. Our previous record attendance was about 1,000. I don't think there's any prize money for this competition, but just getting that's the equivalent of like 8 or 9 home games. That's almost an extra half season of gate receipts just from this one match. So that on its own should give us a nice boost to the club coffers. And I thought Vega was giving away an early penalty there. He hasn't. And we're going to do an attack against a La Liga team. Wouldn't that be a thing? They've brought quite a few fans with them as well. How far is Bilbao from Benidorm? Feels like that's quite a large amount of away fans to have come. Travelling to away matches isn't really a thing in Spain, is it? Especially as far... I feel like Bilbao's quite far for them to have brought that many fans to Benidorm. I feel like they're having a little holiday while they're here. We have aimlessly hit the ball forward again. We've gone a quarter of this match and not conceded a goal yet. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the cup. We're winning it all. Champions League next year, probably. Oh, fiddlesticks. We don't want to worry about it. It's fine. Absolutely fine. No one at the Pims tent. Look, all eyes on the football match. I mean, we could do with a few people buying a Pims or a hot dog, just again to increase the match day revenue. That is very much indeed of a boost. But seems like today's not going to be the day for that. Hopefully, we've sold a few replica shirts because we can't sell them in real life anymore. They've gone off sale. So if you did order one, you should be getting that sometime between now and the middle of September. As soon as they arrive, I'll obviously sport mine in a video rather than this rather fetching Peterborough United third choice kit that I'm wearing today. But yeah, very much looking forward to getting my sticky little fingers on a home shirt. Right. Do we bring Ignacio Pearce on? We've kind of had it's his last game ever ceremony in the previous match, which you'll be able to watch on the Lollujo 2 tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, like the Twitch highlights go on there every morning. But it would be the most Pearce thing ever if he came on with 20 minutes, half an hour to go and got a goal against a La Liga team, then said goodbye. That would be a very Ignacio Pearce thing. So I think we're probably going to bring him on, aren't we? We're doing very well, by the way, to only be losing 2-0. I'm very proud of the boys. We're doing this with no Fakal, no Pearce replacement. Rabiot still playing out wide, so we don't have his physicality in midfield. We're doing really well. Let's get Ignacio Pearce on. We want the romance of it. Ignacio Pearce, on you come, son. Rabiot's shattered. Ivan's going to come on for him. We'll put Febas over to the left. And Ivan can come on and play on the right. And then the fullbacks are shattered as well. We're only allowed to make 3 substitutions, aren't we? I guess we do that. Right, Ignacio Pearce, 20 minutes against La Liga opposition. He's flying home to Argentina tomorrow. We don't know who he's signing for yet, but presumably somebody in Argentina. This is the last he'll ever see of the beauty of Benidorm. Fajardo made a save. That's quite pleasant. Come on. All I want now is an Ignacio Pearce goal in front of 7,000 fans at Estadio Municipal Micpal. And here's the opportunity. Cross comes in. Christian David was not the man to be at that near post to flick it on, but here's another opportunity. Gutierrez crosses in. Kugrea, just square it, you idiot. Don't do a goal. Square it to Pearce. Do you not understand romance? Oh, for goodness sake. I mean, I don't mind that we've scored, but I'd have preferred it if Pearce had done it. Oh, it's a lovely cross from Gutierrez and a lovely finish as well. Kugarea is someone who's already got a contract for next season. I'm offering some encouragement because you never know. Maybe Ignacio Pearce gets the equaliser against La Liga opposition. He's not going to because we've conceded another goal. Wow. That's annoying. Still time for Pearce. Please, Ignacio, please. Give us one last moment. It would be glorious. It's not going to happen, is it? It's Bilbao with the free kick. We head it clear as far as Febas, but he can't get it clear. Alex Boxall, of course, he does. And now Ivan should have one track mind, get it to Pearce. That's what he tries to do, but Pearce is having none of it. He doesn't want to pick up a knock and risk his transfer back home, I don't think. And, I mean, he's not running around very much at all, is he? It's not the Ignacio Pearce of old, and it's very sad. He's only 29 years old, but he is completely finished. The step up in leagues was a little bit too much for him. He got 27 goals last year, but just never looked like being a threat at the level we're at now, apart from, ironically, in his last league game, which was in that previous match. Right, lump it forward. We've got 50 seconds. Lump it forward to Pearce. You never know. Febas can't flick it on. Oh, it's not going to happen, is it? I mean, we can give him a standing ovation, a thank you, Ignacio chant. Is that Pearce all the way back there, tracking back now? I mean, he's trying to get a last kick of the football. What a man he is. But we've taken him as far as we can, and it's time for that upgrade. If we can get little Kevin in to play up front, I'll be very happy. Hopefully, by the time we're back for tomorrow's episode, he'll have like 8 goals for us already, and we'll be storming up the league. That would be perfect. You know what? A 3-1 defeat against La Liga opposition. Can't be unhappy with what's happened there, can we? Underdogs pushed them. Money? I mean, it's not a massive amount of money, is it? But, I mean, gate receipts of 27,000 this month. Last season, we only made 62,000. So it's almost, like I said, almost half a year's worth of gate receipts in that match, because this month is 7 days old. Likewise, match day income last year 25,000, this month 13,000. So it's effectively half a season of gate receipts and match day income in one go. So it was worth doing, and now we can concentrate on the league, and we're going to get some matches under our belts. We'll probably come back for the next episode somewhere around here, about halfway between here and the end of the season. I think we're just going to be a boring mid-table finish. So fingers crossed we're still boring in mid-table when you see us tomorrow. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.